recording this. Just had a little something on my mind I wanted to say. I wanted to tell you guys. So I was just reading something on someone else's channel, like in the comments, and this is about the twin flame relationship. People, gosh, it's all over YouTube, it's all over the quote-unquote spiritual community, or the metaphysical community. People talk a lot about the twin flame relationship, the twin flame dynamic, the twin flame journey. And I was really into that for a while too. And I noticed that a lot of people that I end up, channels I end up following, are actually kind of falling away from using the word twin flame, or the way they look at it, the way they think of it. And even some of those people, as they're coming away from it, are still kind of maybe perpetuating a view of or a perception of the twin flame dynamic that is not really the truth. So you want to know what the truth is about twin flames, what it is, who is a twin flame. I see a lot of very sort of I see two sides, right? I see the elitist side that's like, oh, like, I'm a twin flame, some people are, some people aren't. And then I see the people who are in that lack energy, where they're like, oh, how come not everyone is in twin flame? Maybe I'm not special. Guess what? I don't want to lie to anybody. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not that person. If you need that, go look somewhere else. This is the truth, the raw, actual truth of reality, not the baby validation bullshit that you're gonna get anywhere else. Okay, it is the truth. There's no such thing. Yeah. And if that triggers you, shit, let it fucking trigger you, man. That's what all this is about in the first place. You're not watching this video for no reason. You weren't attracted to click on it for no reason. You clicked on it because you need to hear what I'm saying, right? There's no such thing. It only exists if you think it does. It only works the way you think it works, because your brain, your mind, is the powerful processor that's building this dream that is reality for you right now. Your brain is the processor building that. So if you run that program in your brain and you're like, I'm running the twin flame program, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to experience. That's what you're going to attract. That's what you're going to end up with. That's what you're going to see everywhere. If you're like, I'm going to run the repeating numbers program, it's going to have meaning. I'm going to see numbers all over. I'm going to see 1111 all the time. Boom, that's what starts happening. You see it all the time. You're like, oh, it must mean something. Your brain can do that. So, but this is not, this is not disheartening or scary or dumb. It's, it's not like, oh, crap, what is it? What is the world if it's not this? Guess what it is? It's whatever you want it to be. Literally, anything. It's whatever you want it to be. And it can be anything your mind can think of and dream of. Anything at all. So, when you're sitting out there and you're thinking, oh man, this twin flame relationship, man, it's got me down. It's so hard. I'm going through it though, and I'm going to surrender, and I'm going to let go, and I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to heal. I'm going to get these wounds healed. I'm going to go do the shadow work and figure it out. And yeah, if that's the program you want to run, sure. If you want to perceive the suffering, it's there for you. If you want to see it as suffering, as hard, as hell, as difficult, if you want to see it that way, it's your choice. But remember, it is a choice. It is a choice. Every minute of it, every second of it, every bit of it, you choose that for yourself. You can talk a lot about soul contracts and like what's the difference between a soul contract and a twin flame? Nothing. I don't really believe that there's a difference. One of the YouTubers I follow out there brought up a really interesting concept of maybe, that, well, not maybe, but because he completely believes this to be truth, but, in my mind, maybe, the world is full of self and other, right? Now that I can't dispute, that's probably true. It seems right. So the world is full of self and other. Self is me, this being, and my twin. We're both self. Everybody else is other. So that's one way to think of it. But I tend to think of it a very different way. I tend to think of it as everything. Everyone is self. So like I'm making this video right now for you, but really I'm making it for me because you're me and I'm you. Don't let that blow your mind too much. It's okay. Don't think about it too hard. Just let it sink in for a little while. Come back later. Watch the video twice. You'll be okay. But yeah, you can think of things as self and other. That's complicated to me. To me, it's still existing in duality or perceiving duality. So if the world is duality, then outside of this world is unity, right? One. There is only one. We split our one split into many so that we could experience the self. And the only way to experience the self is through others, right? So if you're one, if you're a singularity, you can't experience self. You can only experience nothingness, really. So you have to break apart into pieces and become other. And that way you can experience the self. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but look, it is really hard to explain the difference between duality and singularity. It's hard to explain singularity in a dual world or explain a singularity world in a dual world. Like, living in a dual world, there is always self and other. And so it's very hard to explain what it would be like if there was just one, only singularity. So, in any case, when you think of the twin flame relationship or a soul contract or anything like that, think of it more like you can experience that in any way you want. You can experience it as suffering and a journey that you have to follow, a path you have to be on, a way of life, a way of experiencing or achieving some sort of enlightened state. You can perceive it that way. That can totally be your jam. But I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people out there are like feeling like they're in chains. They feel like they're not free to express or free to live their lives the way that they want to. And I'm here to tell you, you can. You don't have to be going through anything you're going through right now. It is all a perception. I promise. So the minute you know that and understand it is the minute that you break free from those chains and you begin to be able to perceive life in the exact way that you want to perceive it. And use this processor up here to project the life that you perceive the way that you want to perceive it. So, that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed that. Watch it twice. Like it, subscribe it, share it with anybody who you think needs to hear it, and that's it.